Things that successful people do in the morning. Success is something that all of us desire and cherish every day. When you see a doctor doing his noble responsibility of treating patients, I'm sure what comes to your mind is that person is successful in life. What about when you see a business person expanding his or her business? You also associate them to being successful, which is also right. Success is a good thing. But how many of us are ready to pay the price? Let the truth be told, if you wish and want success badly, then you must be ready to do the extraordinary. For success is not ordinary, and therefore you shouldn't be tempted to treat it as such. People become successful by sacrificing what they love most. I'm sure you're surprised to hear that, but that's the truth. Today's video is all about what success entails, and to be precise, what exactly successful men and women you hear and read in articles do every morning in the start of their day. After watching this video, I'm quite certain that there are things that you're going to incorporate in the wee hours of your day after waking up, because I'm sure if you're watching this video, you badly want this success at whatever the cost. I believe in one thing. If you start today and implement what you're about to watch, then success is inevitable. Number 1. They wake up early. Rising up early is one thing that defeats the ordinary person, but it's one of those things that the successful people have mastered over a long period of time, and therefore they understand the reason and importance to capitalize on it heavily. Successful people wake up early in the morning not because they hate to sleep, but because they understand what it means to rise early. Successful people rise early to organize themselves, to think before making any decisions that will affect the outcome of the day's activities. For all successful people, no one has ever achieved real success without taking precious time, strategizing on the possible ways to earn great achievements. May it be in business, where competition is the order of the day, or in academics, where an individual is encouraged to wake up early and start reading his or her books. In sporting activities, the athletes can tell you that if indeed they need to perform well, waking up is not an option, but it's a must in order to train before sunrise. In the society that we live in today, tell me if you've ever seen a successful person who sleeps all day long. I'm sure you haven't. Waking up early is a rule for anyone who wants success. Waking up early means that you'll be able to catch the train, arrive early at the office or your place of work, or get critical tasks done early. It also means that you will not quarrel with your boss for coming late. Waking up early means that everything will be quiet. No hooting of vehicles, no loud music or irritating neighbors. And this means that the mind will concentrate well. Therefore, it's the reason why successful people prefer decisions that are made when the mind is at peace, usually in the morning, before distractions knock in. Successful people use these morning hours to review their goals, and it enables them to plan and strategize. Successful people usually use these morning hours to decide on what they really want to do in the day, the strategies they will use, the time they will spend on them, and also they visualize for Plan B if Plan A fails to materialize. Waking up early improves one's concentration and enables one to focus on the day's activities. It also enables one to set realistic and achievable goals. Number 2. They read inspiring articles or books. Successful people all over the world have this habit in common. They like reading books or articles that motivate them and inspires them to be more successful in their engagements. Successful people see books as a source of knowledge, something which is true. Successful people also know that a good book is more valuable than 100 friends. Successful individuals read books that help them to improve their lives and develop their thinking. Many lives of most successful people have been changed solely through reading and applying the knowledge garnered from those books. For your information, reading is one of those absolute contributors towards success. One person once said, if you want to hide something, just hide it in a book. Only few will find it. This is because most people don't read. Reading usually brings a lot of motivation to successful people. It broadens their level of understanding on different issues. It also increases one's vocabulary and comprehension abilities, and at the same time, it prevents cognitive decline as one gets old. Decisions that are made by people who read books are profound, as compared to the illiterate ones. Successful people read good books. For anyone who wants to advance either at the place of work, in business, or any other field of your choice, you must start reading good books. The moment I started reading books, a lot changed in my life. In my case, I first started reading this great book written by Robert Greene, titled The 48 Laws of Power. And one of the laws that impacted my life was the one that says recreate yourself. And from that day, my life has changed a lot. Reading changes one's mindset, and that's a proven fact. Reading sharpens one's wit, and one is able to make informed decisions. Do you know that it's through reading that good policies are made for companies, businesses, and good governance? Remember, even good leaders are great readers. No successful person who has ever achieved anything precious without reading books. Get out of your rut and start by reading a paragraph this morning. That's how successful people started their journey. Remember, for anyone to live to the fullest, reading must be integral in their lives, and reading in our lives must be given the attention that it deserves, if indeed we're yearning for this success. Number 3, they meditate. Successful men and women tend to understand that mental health is vital for their day-to-day activities. They've developed this habit of meditation as a way of increasing their concentration abilities. Meditation prepares successful people to face the day's objectives with a strategic and an analytical thinking. Successful people usually meditate in the morning as a way of reducing stress and pressure that comes in the line of their duties, and the morning hours provide that serene opportunity. Meditation is also a way of lowering cortisol levels and to improve the body's ability to cope with stress. Meditation in the early part of the day is for the purpose of achieving a state in which the mind is at peace, relaxed, and focused in order to set realistic goals. In most cases, successful people tend to use this time to solve problems that may have presented themselves in the previous day. One of the most genius things about successful people is that they have mastered when and how to deal with obstacles when they knock. Successful people use meditation as a powerful tool to make right choices, no matter the price they're called to pay. Meditation helps successful people to bolster creativity and enables them free rein to innovate and find ways to improve performance at their places of work. Successful people meditate as this renews confidence in their lives and helps to provide a balanced view of life. In the East, successful people meditate in order to improve happiness levels and to foster the peace of mind, through which they are energized and ready to face any challenges that may present itself within the execution of their duties. All successful people know that their success always depends upon undivided attention. When it comes to setting long-term and short-term goals, they therefore prefer early morning hours when the kids are asleep. The environment is quiet, without any distractions that can hinder them from making the best out of themselves. In this case, that affects their success journey. Through meditation, successful individuals' anxiety is reduced, and meditation equips them with coping skills that enable them to remain resilient and motivated. Meditation in the early morning of the day, in the long run, impacts a person's self-esteem, as it rekindles a more positive outlook on how a person views life and things in general. Number 4, eat a nutritious, balanced diet. All successful people know that good health is key and paramount to their success. They therefore ensure that any meal that they consume is full of nutrients and rich in vitamins for good health and improved immune system. Successful people prefer breaking the fast in the morning, as this helps to increase the energy levels in the body, which in return enables the mind to concentrate throughout the course of the day. A balanced diet means that an individual will better manage his or her body weight, which usually keeps diseases such as high blood pressure away. Most successful people prefer breakfast more than any meal of the day. This is because breakfast usually stimulates the brain cells, which in return promotes the cognitive abilities of a person. It usually allows a person to work seamlessly throughout the day without having to worry about rushing for lunch. One wise man once said, "Whatever you fed on will certainly determine what you will become." If indeed we want to be successful, we must first be ready to take good care of our health. For health is indeed wealth. Number 5, they plan ahead. I've never seen anyone succeed without a plan. Planning is more than what people take it to be. It's not a one-day thing. It's not something that's done in haste. It's not something that's done without reason and focus. Planning actually is everything. If planning fails to happen, then the answer is obvious. Expect a bad performance in a failed project. Successful people are master planners, and since success involves smart plans, successful people tend to use the early hours of the morning planning what should be prioritized, and the strategies that will be incorporated to ensure that certain and specific objectives have been met. Successful people use the morning hours to come up with crystal clear plans that they are sure will result into achieving the set objectives. With mediocre planning, mistakes are made that could have been avoided if serious planning was given a chance. Successful individuals always make it a priority to plan prior to any undertaking, and this is what really makes them extraordinary. In today's world, most successful people in business take time to plan and research before reaching a decision. They use early morning hours engaging their thoughts when the mind is less clouded. They understand that nothing great will blossom without stringent plans. Early morning planning ensures that decisions are not made in haste, or they aren't made out of pressure. For every good plan takes time, after exploiting every possible avenue. Without proper planning, wrong choices and decisions can easily be settled on, which certainly may cost a company or a person a fortune. It's true that if you aren't planning, you're absolutely planning to fail. Before doing anything from now on, think about having a visible, well-calculated plan. Be a man or lady of success by starting a plan in advance. Number 6, they exercise. Have you ever noticed this interesting habit of successful people, waking up early just to hit the gym? I'm sure that you also wonder why someone can decide to forfeit good sleep, especially in the morning hours, just because they want to exercise. Does it really make sense? To some it may, but to the majority they don't get it. Successful people believe in body fitness. They know that through exercise, body metabolism takes place, and this necessitates good health, especially by giving the heart more energy to easily pump blood and ensure continued good health. During exercise, most of them prefer listening to music, which makes exercising more enjoyable. I often see successful people in the neighborhood exercising in the morning, just jogging with their headphones on, while sometimes looking at their wristwatch, preferably to time themselves. I really wanted to know what kind of thing that motivates them to wake early just to exercise. Frankly, one of them told me while exercising, they don't listen to music all the time, even if they have their headphones on. What happens is that he uses his morning hours to think about his career, how he wants his day to be structured in terms of what should be prioritized first, and the objectives he wishes to achieve. This prompted me to think that all successful people always think about success, regardless of what they're doing and where they are. It made me realize that success does begin in the mind first. Number 7, setting the right attitude. A great day is usually set in the morning. This means that whatever a person listens to or reads, or what a person does, determines the mood of the entire day. Socrates used to say that his success was made in the morning, not at midday or in the evening. All successful people prefer setting the right attitude whenever they wake up in the morning. This usually comes when they either decide to spend quality time with the family, having breakfast together with the kids, and sometimes ensuring that the wife is in good moods. Successful people know that without the love of those they love most, their day becomes disappointing. That's why they prefer starting the day right, with a good attitude. A right attitude in the morning means that one's mind will be at peace, and therefore concentration will be at peak. Setting the right attitude sometimes can mean listening to the right song, or an encouraging motivational speech that's moving and soothing to the soul. Other successful people start off the day by calling their parents and their loved ones. Well, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and that you learned something great that will push your limits towards success. So as always, share this video with your friends, and remember to subscribe to this channel for other interesting videos. With that said, have a great day, you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.